as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield. gonna make it.
Not yet. Not yet.
.809.5.
It just made it.
Jeff, that's a quick fade on that.
I didn't do anything.
I know that. I know that. Wow. Thank you for showing up suddenly at the last minute. Now the camera isn't in frame.
It's all your fault, Bob.
He doesn't care.
Is that better? Is that better?
That entire shot just that's OCD. Like, wow.
It's like the two of us, like Kathy and I were on a date, or we've come to you for marriage counseling.
You know, it's bothering me this much.
He's got to get up and fix it. He has to fix it. You know he has to fix it.
Kathleen, so how is everything with you? I haven't seen you in so long.
I know.
We haven't been this close
We've been
for
among the
years.
missing. I've been working.
Yeah.
This is. I'm wearing my advertisement today.
Yeah.
Anybody who needs a kitten, give me a call.
Except for the black one.
The black one is taken. Yes, the black.
Kenny's getting one.
No. Oh lordy, no. Oh lordy, no.
No.
One of the people that doesn't have time.
No, I don't need no pussy cat. Today is the 17th day of August in the year 2021, Anno Domini.
I got that reference.
I'm not looking at. Yeah, we all did. I was trying to avoid it.
No. It wasn't that. It wasn't what you think.
Okay.
It was a Right Said Fred reference.
I'm too sexy for my love. Too
Ah.
sexy for my love. Love's
Okay.
going to leave me.
That was
Moving
the
right
reference
along.
that he dropped.
Moving right along. It's how could we go down so fast?
No, that was a good one.
I know, but I'm looking at him.
Because you
not
did the double
Peter.
entendre and you got sucked right in.
With Ken? Ken would do that? How's the fishing pole, Ken?
This is the den, Ken's den.
I got sucked in on that one.
Yeah. Whoosh. I'll be quiet now.
Let's try this a third time.
Okay.
This is the den, Ken's den.
The views expressed by the host during his monologue are those solely of his own, not those of Westfield State University, the Radio Club, WCPC, or the insurance lad who's currently working his way to work. And now,
You two are very close to each other in comparison to the table here.
We are.
That's okay.
You've got to move over, Bob. because
it's
you're
fine.
No.
We're fine. Don't
want me to
move.
move?
Don't move. You're fine.
It was a snarky remark, like you're trying to
You're fine.
marry him again.
Snark-
Although he just became married.
We were married.
But we're not going to get into that right now.
We covered that in
No,
the last
I
show.
don't think
Yeah.
we were ever married, though. We never really got married.
No, in the show we were in, I was trying to get you to
You
marry me.
left me.
I did leave you.
You dumped me.
I did dump you. I was a cad.
You turned Bob gay.
Yeah.
No.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was that gown.
You know what, Pete?
The blue gown.
What's going on,
You know,
Ken?
I'm a problem solver. All right, this is what I do. You know, the problem can be something I have no clue about, but I will research and learn and come up with a solution. The pool beat me.
I've been following that.
I feel defeated.
I thought you won.
For a month, I had crystal clear water. Then the July rains came in. All right, clear the first half of the month. Then it started to cloud up. A flocculant solved that problem overnight. When I said cloud up, I'm talking about the water in the pool, not the sky.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
Are we testing the school PA?
Oh, there might be an alarm. Disregard the alarm, I think is what they said.
Okay. A few days later, mustard algae started to grow. Is that
It
you
wasn't
or
what
the
I thought.
school? Okay. And yes, that was fixed within 2 days. And yes, I have been shocking. I'm not talking about me personally shocking. I'm
We
talking
didn't
about
say a word, Bob.
adding additional
No.
cal hypo
we
into
got
the.
it.
Okay,
I
good.
know what shock is.
The water starts to cloud up again. I put in clarifier by the recommendation of a pool specialist. Following day, an algae bloom starts. 2 days later now, the algae bloom is gone, all right, because I put algicide in it. Then I shocked it, and it's still not clear. Then folks online said I have a phosphate problem. I did the phosphate remover. It only partially helped. So now I'm at the point where I do a 40% water swap. Somewhat clear, but still dull. All my numbers are within tolerance when it comes to where they should be. As the day goes on, it got cloudier. But you know what? I used it. It was 100 degrees outside. And you know what? I'm fine. And by the way, Kathy, I need you to check out a new growth on my back. Kidding.
Oh, goody.
You know, with the treatments I have put in, and with all of my numbers being where they should be, I was convinced my water was safe. And it was.
Drinkable.
Swimmable, not drinkable.
Oh.
And because of this, I would like to declare that my pool is a much smaller risk to your health than gas station sushi. A Jell-O shot from Bill Cosby.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
A dip down at Bondi's Island.
Ooh.
Oh.
A vape filled with Clorox.
Ooh.
A McDonald's burger.
Ooh,
Oh,
yum.
now wait a minute.
Yum.
Oh, now wait a minute.
I would agree with that.
A capsule full of cyanide.
I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.
Walking in Chicago after midnight. Now, these are all things that are not as safe as my swimming pool.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
Breaching the White House. Too soon?
Apparently.
A vax shot behind the dumpster at Cumbies.
Oh.
That might not be a vax shot.
Hated it.
Standing between a pissed off pit bull and Rottweiler. Again, these are things that may not be as safe as my pool.
We
Come
got
on,
you.
man.
Going out through the indoor.
Oh, that's a biggie.
A 1920s X-ray machine.
Ah.
My.
Mercurochrome.
Had a lot of that one, Bob. And I. We know that one.
Your name on an Epstein invitation list.
Oh, dear.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Oops.
A 1980 Yugo. Or for that matter, a 1979 Ford Pinto wagon.
Oh, yeah.
Kale.
Oh.
Trust me on that one. 10 years from now, they will determine that kale has done something terrible to you. Ultimately, a few days ago, I removed all the chlorine and didn't run the filter. The fluctuant that was still in the pool had dropped everything to the bottom the following morning, and I vacuumed it to waste. Now it's nice and clear. But why did I have to remove the chlorine? I was at 3 parts per million, which is right in the middle of where you should be. Yeah. Every bottle, and if I count them all, between every bottle I had poured into that thing and the water bill and the cost of the pool, I could have stayed at the Flamingo in Vegas for a month.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And that's where I will be going in a few weeks. And you know what'll happen when I get home? I hope to be greeted by a crystal clear pool, but at that point, we're now at Labor Day. I guess it really won't matter. Let's pay our bills. We'll be back right after this.
Now you know the rest of the story.
When do you close up a pool?
Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night. Yeah. Rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright. Well, I stepped out the tub and put my feet on the floor. I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And then a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going on? There was a splishing and a splash, reeling with the feeling, moving and a grooving, rocking and a rolling. Yeah, yeah. Bing bang, I saw the whole gang dancing on my living room rug. Yeah, flip flop, they was doing the bop. All the teens had the dancing bug. There was Lollipop with a Peggy Sue. Good to golly, Miss Molly was even there too. Well, splish splash, I forgot about the bath. I went and put my dancing shoes on. Yeah, I was rolling and a strolling, dealing with the feeling, moving and a grooving, splishing and a splashing. Yeah. Yes, I was a splishing and a splashing. I was a rolling and a strolling. Yeah, I was a moving and a grooving. Woo! We was a reeling with the feeling. There was a rolling and a strolling, moving with the grooving. Splish, splash. Yeah, splishing and a splashing. One time I was splishing and a splashing. Woo-wee! I was a moving and a grooving. Yeah, I was splishing and a splashing.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, it's time for chicken. Cock-a-doodle-doo, it's time for a feast. Eat a 90-piece bucket, you can tell. He's been to Clucking Bell. The chicken is a bird with a tiny brain, so we assume he doesn't feel any pain. We shrink their heads and we breed them fast. 6 wings, 40 breasts, and then they're gassed. Cock-a-doodle-doo, we're psychotic crazies. Cock-a-doodle-doo, factory farming's insane. We denied it all before our stock price fell. Come down to Clucking Bell.
Clucking Bell. If you enjoy it, the chicken didn't die in vain.
Oh, jeez.
WCPC 15 brought to you by Clucking Bell.
I love that. Oh, my God. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Bob, you just
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
keep encouraging-
It's time for chicken. And speaking of chicken, if you are suddenly craving fried chicken,
Oh, no, you're kidding.
see that? Fried chicken candy.
What are you kidding me? Fried chicken
Fried
candy?
chicken- serious? fried
We
chicken candy.
Kathleen, we have to have a taste of this.
No, we really don't.
Your face looks really nonplussed right now, Kathy.
Oh, my God. Look at this.
It even smells like fried chicken.
Oh,
Oh my God! It smells like fried chicken.
No.
Should I have a piece?
You do.
What if I spit it out? Will you be offended if I spit it out?
No.
All right.
Have you tried these?
Yes.
Wait a minute. We'll make
Yes, you have to use your imagination.
Oh, no.
It looks like a root beer barrel.
While Bob is opening that up,
A yellow root.
this is the Den Ken Stomsky behind the mic each and every Tuesday. Seated at the right hand of the Kenny is Den Mother Extraordinaire Kathy Palmer.
I'm going to show
That'd be me. And I have to say this. I have to welcome Justin, who is now our 24th listener.
Okay, great.
We have 24.
24 now.
We're up to 24. So
All right.
Good morning, Justin.
Okay, and Bob is walking up. It's not gonna focus if you're that close, Bob.
I don't.
Okay, well,
Why
I guess
would
that's
you
close
do
enough.
that
Yeah.
on this?
Yep.
It's disgusting.
All right, there it is. In the control room.
Who the hell cares?
In the control room, Peter Coles, Kitten of the Keys, Chairman Meow, the August augmenter of the airwaves, Peter Coles.
And I'm going to be going off mic soon because I got a meeting
It
in here.
smells like it's been fried in a vat of oil.
And
All
about
right.
to taste some fried chicken candy is Bob Plass. What do you think? It tastes like fried chicken, doesn't it? Scrutinize it.
That's not good. Ooh. Look at the look. No.
It's not. This is not pleasant.
Oh, God. And you wanted me to try it? Oh.
It's not bad.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, like, I could tolerate it.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't. You see candy and you're expecting it to taste like candy.
I read something today that there's
how many
a new
calories are in this?
There's a new candle out there
Uh-huh.
that smells like a backyard barbecue. So you smell the beer, the barbecue sauce. It's a little vanilla mixed in.
Tasty, savory, fried.
I have. Why don't we see you this morning? We're not using camera one with Kathy.
Because I'm going to be going.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be doing a meeting with the teachers. In
Okay,
here.
I remember. Yeah.
So I'll be monitoring the show, but I'll also be talking.
All right.
Get things prepped for this year.
All right.
Because there's a new guy coming. in, so.
I remember hearing that yesterday.
Our good friend Mr. Forney is going to come to play with us as a new teacher
Oh.
in radio and TV. Steve Forney from WHYN used to be.
You know, that name rings a bell.
He was Brad and Bo's producer and Adam and Bo's producer at HYN. Steve, you know the guy that ran the board when you went in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's our new shop teacher for radio and TV.
Oh, terrific!
Started yesterday.
Terrific.
Yeah. So Kathy's opening the fried chicken candy box back up.
After a while, I can tolerate.
Yeah, but because originally you were expecting for it to taste like candy.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some mashed potatoes a little later on. I'm going to save it for
Hey,
them.
it's been a while since you've been in here with me, Bob.
Look.
Oh, Peter, save me. Save me.
Oh, I got my list.
No luck this time. Can't help you.
I got my list.
I've been so looking forward to this segment. I just can't wait. I'm so excited.
We've both been really enlightened and entertained by Big Brother during while we were gone.
And we're already up to jury now. And this is the first time Bob and I are actually going to be able to talk about the gameplay because we did do a quick special a few weeks ago, but that was before we really got to see how people were playing. We saw them once on one episode.
Right,
So
right.
at this point right now, and we only got together a few weeks ago to go over our names that we usually come up with
Good to
for our house guests. And
Okay.
so far, Hawaiian Punch, Old McDonald, Makeup Mama, Jersey Shore, and Basement Boy have been evicted. And I have to tell you,
I forgot. Basement Boy's gone.
and I'm
How
so
could
happy
you
to
forget
see
that?
Basement Boy go.
How could you forget that, Bob?
I know it.
Yeah,
Basement Boy.
when Goggles blindsided him, that was the best play of the season thus far.
Yeah,
And I'm so happy to see that cocky little.
Oh, I don't know. As I said earlier this year, if you watch Big Brother, you're gonna see some stereotypes from year to year. They have the same kinds of folks on, but this year they've managed to get some really likable people
And they still have plenty of stereotypes in there too.
and smart.
And speaking of stereotypes,
Yeah.
there's only one more meathead to evict.
One more
meathead to evict.
Who could? Let me think.
Metro Cowboy.
Metro Cowboy. Oh yeah, but
he's.
But you wouldn't. How about Shaft? Xavier might be.
He's a little more chill.
It's a little.
He's not as d-baggy as these other guys.
He's a really good guy who's also an attorney. But he hasn't told anybody he's an attorney for fear that they're going to vote him off.
No.
You know, you wouldn't let anyone know you were an attorney if you were going to have to be voted off the island.
It's not an island, Bob. It's a house, and you're voted out of it, not off of it.
Oh.
But
you're confusing it with that other TV
show.
show.
It's true. True. The interesting thing about this season, I think.
There's something interesting?
This is one of the best seasons in the last 4 or 5 years. Would you not agree?
All right, absolutely, because
absolutely right.
You know,
absolutely right.
Wait.
Yep. Am I going to do it?
Yes, you are.
Am I going to do it? You think so?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Absolutely correct.
Oh God! No. Don't use it here. No.
Absolutely correct. 100%.
Absolutely correct.
Yep.
100%.
That's exactly right. But the
we're recording all the time.
What they think that they've done is they've created all these ways that we don't have. Like last season, we could vote, and I think we did. We knew who was going to go off every week.
Without a question.
Without a question. So there was really no fun attached to it. And this season, there is, and they're shaking it up so that we're really not sure. And in fact, have you noticed they don't send everybody home on the day that you think they're going to go home. You have to wait a day sometimes to find out who is going to be put up on.
They changed it up this past week
Yeah.
with the high roller competitions that they've added.
Yes. And now they're betting money, and they could actually change who's voted on out over the island.
I'll get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, you're the interviewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see where when it comes up to Thursday when they do the eviction, you may not be sure who's going to go. I'm a little more sure because I watch the feeds, and
he watches the live feeds.
No, I don't
pay for those.
I don't subscribe to Paramount Plus or Big Brother. I subscribe to it for Star Trek. Okay, Big Brother just happens to be on it.
Oh, I get it. Okay, all right.
Sure.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We're buying.
Yeah.
But
I was tempted.
I mentioned that there's one more meathead to evict. Now he will need to be backdoored.
Kyland is an interesting bird because he is likable, smart, and has managed to make everybody in the house kind of like him, I think.
Negative.
No.
No. Vampire can't stand him.
Oh, Tiffany can't stand. Oh,
he dissed her on the last HOH competition. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Because we have the Cookout, which is a group of folks that are have banded together forever and ever to the end or whatever.
And I think the Cookout is going to be disbanded probably within 2 weeks.
Oh, very soon. Very, very soon. Yeah.
Kathy's looking at me like I have two heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Metro Cowboy, like I said, he's going to have to be backdoored, and you know what? He's starting to get a little too tight with the test tube seamstress. All right, and this seems to be the year the house guests are finally going after showmances and power couples. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah. I would, you know, why?
Do you,
Because
do you not agree, Kathy?
I do. Yeah.
Absolutely
yeah,
correct.
yeah. If folks are romancing themselves on the island together, no, in the apartment. No, what do you got? It's in the house.
You're back on the island.
All right, I've got them living in an apartment over on 47th Street. They're in Hollywood and they're in a house.
Okay.
I always thought that they were across 110th Street.
Oh man! All right, so I want to know if they've enlarged the jury this year. How many people are usually on the jury? Is it because there are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on the jury?
Yes.
And is that usually 9
Yes.
people? Oh.
Yes.
It seemed like there were an awful lot of people on the jury this year.
Yes, and it has to be an odd number for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'm kind of upset she's going to make it this person to the jury because I still can't deal with Princess.
Really?
Yeah, and she just has that type of aura about her, like she would steal something from you and then help you try to find it.
Hannah is a really smart. I've said that about every one of them. And they're all so damn smart. The one that I
just see her as the one in school being the holier than art thou, and you're not good enough to look at me.
Yeah,
and she smacks of it, and I can't. I could never stand that.
For the one that's under my skin lately is Brittany because she screams everything. She's always screaming.
Brittany, you're talking about Kindergarten Ninja.
Kindergarten Ninja.
Yeah, she might be screaming a little bit because she is on the spectrum.
I know that, but couldn't somebody say, could you just tone it down a bit?
It doesn't always work that way.
Oh, of course.
If you're familiar.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But this week they've nominated. They're probably going to French door. What do you call it?
French door. Up on the deck is Data Diva and the Purple Teletubby. All right, and you're thinking that there's going to be a back door.
Yes.
No, he has a French door on the island. Totally different show.
Derek F., who is Joe Fraser's son, the boxer's son, has been up, but he's on the. He's been nominated.
He's been told he's a pawn.
That they're going to they're going to get him off, and they're going to replace him with who really he wants to get rid of, and we don't really know who that is, do we? Is it Alyssa that he wants to get rid of?
He wants to get rid of the Data Diva.
Claire. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Well, Claire does nothing for me either.
But
I don't know what
ultimately,
about her.
from what I've been watching on the feeds,
yeah.
If the Purple Teletubby comes down, the Metro Cowboy wants to put the Kindergarten Ninja up. So that will make her the 4th time on the block. But
so then you'd have a choice between Kindergarten Ninja
and Data Diva.
Yeah. And of course, everybody's going to vote the Data Diva Claire out.
Of course, it would also be an ultimate time for some people to take revenge and backdoor Goggles.
Good point.
Yeah. That's Derek X. Everybody, the Harry Potter lookalike there. Yeah.
Now the HOH, okay, Metro Cowboy. All right,
head of house.
He won the high roller rum competition. All right, and how's that going to work out now? Okay. Now, I know what happens since I watch the feeds, but the rest of you will have to wait until Wednesday.
Yeah.
But the reward that he gets has to deal with how the veto nominations or the veto ceremony and then the veto meeting takes place. It's going to affect that. So if somebody...
So I would veto somebody, and then he could come in and
undo the veto.
And undo the veto.
Possibly with the way this might play out.
But he's the head of household as is. He controls everything.
He's controlling everything this week. basically.
Yeah, there's no.
With the second veto.
So whatever he wants is going.
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why you're probably going to see the Teletubby come down and the Ninja go back up.
And then we're going to have
typical schoolyard stuff. They're knocking out the weaker players.
Yeah. Well, what they're doing is they're knocking out the players that are
and quote unquote popular.
Popular voting players.
Yeah, the cool club, the cool
Personally,
kids.
I would get rid of...
She doesn't fit into the cool club kids.
No.
So
I'm surprised that Alyssa isn't going to go home.
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah, Penelope Cruz. Oh, yeah.
She should, because she started up a showmance with the Metro Cowboy, and boy, did the Cowboy plant one on her kisser when he walked out that front door last week.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah. Were they fooling around on those live feeds?
For $7 a month, you can subscribe and find out.
Oh my!
They've been under the covers, but their heads were always out. I mean, I didn't see them doing anything like I have seen other house guests do in the past.
Oh, like in the past, not this year. Everybody seems to be trying to maintain their chastity in this.
That's a good way of saying it,
which is nice
because it doesn't always happen.
Nice. No, it doesn't always happen. And why not?
You know what in the live feeds, even if the lights aren't on, there's infrared lighting, and the cameras are infrared, so you still see what's going on, even though it's a dark room. And when you see those covers moving, you know what's going on. It happens.
Oh my God, my aching back. Hey,
now my concern after thinking about that, does the producer provide any safety?
Oh, there must be. I hope there.
Or did you think ahead and sneak something into the house?
I'm not even going to comment on any of this.
No, maybe there's in the contract it said something about that. We could find out all about this. I didn't tell anybody, but guess what?
What?
My cousin was up. It was down to 10 people to choose for Love Island, and he was up for one of the slots on Love Island. Believe it or not,
that's garbage reality TV,
God,
Bob.
Terrible reality TV. And I thought I'm not going to watch this, and then I said I'm going to have to watch this. But then he was not chosen.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how they go back, and so who knows? Might be able to find out about how all this really plays out and what the truth is. Really, are they scripted? Are they told what to say?
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
At any rate, who do you think's going home?
Tramps.
We all think that Claire, the Data Diva, is going home. And then next week, who do you think?
Well, if you want to put words in my mouth, okay. Yeah, we all think the Data Diva's going home.
Yeah. And then next week, I would think that the target would be...
Well, it depends on who HOH is.
Yeah, it depends. Well, if it's not Kylan, and he can't go up for it, Metro Cowboy will not be head of household next week, or can he be? You can't be at 2 weeks.
So, if Penelope Cruz ends up winning HOH...
Yeah.
You know that the Cowboy is going to go up.
Oh, absolutely.
For getting rid of the basement boy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely correct. 100%.
Absolutely correct. 100%. I love that, Kath. It's a great reading of that.
Oh, Lordy, but where he puts it.
All righty. Hey, is it time for me to get home to watch Regis and Kathy
Lee?
Yeah.
You can leave whenever you want. You're a free individual.
Oh, gosh. Well, I got to say this, that they're having, I don't have to run that fast, but I do have a couple of stops to make on the way home, if you'll pardon the expression. And I might take off. But I want to say that if you want a good reality show, watch this. And you can even catch up on old episodes. Where do they catch up on old episodes, Ken?
CBS.com.
CBS.com. Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah. Kathleen, want to give you I want to give you an assignment.
Uh-oh.
All right. I think that you
You looked in his eyes, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did.
yeah,
I made
yeah.
eye contact.
Yeah.
What'd you
with Bob
volunteer
Glass.
for, Kath?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
Lordy.
no, no,
You're right,
no,
Peter.
No, we're just in the talking phases, only in the talking phases of a Christmas Carol murder mystery.
Oh, we're doing that again?
No, it's
Something
new.
new?
It's going to be a murder mystery.
We have to create a murder mystery.
And so I'm thinking, I don't know. Maybe if you kill me off in the first 5 minutes, I won't have to learn anything.
That's Patrick Barry's role.
Oh, that's right. Although in those murder mysteries, Kathleen, do they just hang out? The dead body just hang out?
Yeah, usually what we do, because they're family friendly, is we do kill you, but usually it doesn't really take effect, so you get to come back in the end, because it doesn't really kill you. So one never knows.
It's a
but
flashback that doesn't work?
Yeah, sort of. But yes, once you're dead, you're dead. That's it.
And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
We were doing a murder mystery at my school.
Yep.
And one of my third graders came up to me a couple days later, and he was so teary.
It's only a test.
He said, "Mrs. Palmer, I was so hoping you weren't gonna die." And I looked at him and I said, "I didn't. I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here."
such a sweetie. Man.
But usually somebody volunteers to die too. Somebody who doesn't want to do a lot or doesn't want to learn a lot. Didn't we kill you? We killed you in a murder mystery, didn't we kill you?
Yeah, but I was killed in the third act or something, and I milked it for all it was worth.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Nobody can mess up the word Prius like Bob Plass, and I'm just gonna let that go.
Prius?
Nope.
Now I'm picturing that episode of Looney Tunes where Bugs Bunny's dying. He's like, "I'm dying.
That's
and he
it.
keeps kicking up his legs. And
That's
I'm still dying.
I'm dying. They do that in Buffy and the Vampire Slayer in the movie. The vampire comes up, goes down, comes up, goes down, comes up, goes down. It's lovely.
Yeah,
I love
and
it.
this is an adult audience, so I can probably say it this early in the morning. I was shot. At first I thought it was shot here, up here, and then it was shot over on my left side, and then I went down to my stomach, and finally I was shot right in the crotch. Ow!
It took several shots to kill this man.
Owie.
Yeah, owie. Boy, was that painful. At any rate, hey, with that, I'm leaving. Thank you. It's so great to see you guys in person.
Well, it's nice to have you back.
Kenny, I think you ought to show the picture of you sometime, that wonderful thing that's online that I've seen, of you painting this wall.
If you watched my show last week, we already did that.
Oh, you did that last week?
Yeah.
Oh, I was in Stowe, Vermont last week.
We know.
Hiking.
You
hiking? Yeah. Taking a gondola up the mountain is not hiking, Bob.
All right, okay. Listen, great to see you, kids. And everybody, get out there and volunteer. I'll talk to you soon. I'm off to see a rerun of Ryan and Kelly.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
That's how desperate I am.
Go on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Shady
Acres.
I'm Everett Karen.
That's loud.
Shady Acres is an incredible, upscale, state-of-the-art, top-notch condominium development.
condo.
A short drive out of town on some pristine wetlands, away from the noise and uninvited diversity of the city.
Shady Acres.
And when you buy into that dream that is Shady Acres, not only do you get a luxurious 5,000 square foot condo with underground parking for your newly acquired sports car, but there's also a jacuzzi for entertaining.
Jacuzzi.
Each condo is tastefully furnished with a stock bar and an exotic waterbed shaped like a dollar sign. Shady Acres also has a golf range, firing range, helipad, and exotic petting zoo when your kids come to visit. You're successful? Start defining your lifestyle. Start defining yourself.
Shady Acres.
WCBC 15 brought to you by Shady Acres. Define your lifestyle.
I can't wait. I'm going to sign up for them right away. On the wetlands. I like that, on the wetlands.
And the underground car park.
Yeah.
Where your car will float away.
Yeah, underground car park in the wetlands.
In the wetlands.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
Peter, in the paper the other day, I just caught on a quick article that I'm sure you'd appreciate. From Cape Canaveral, Florida. Boeing astronaut capsule grounded.
Oh, no, I live this one because I...
Exactly, that's why I'm bringing this in.
It's bad. I mean, that's embarrassing what happened.
I'm still getting my logo up on the monitor here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to hit the button.
Okay.
I was trying to fix the chroma key.
I just thought you were trying to tell us something,
Yeah.
Peter.
So this is why I brought this article in,
Go ahead,
because
read it.
Pete was actually there. Boeing's astronaut capsule is grounded for months and possibly even until next year because of a vexing valve problem.
I saw that.
Yeah. Boeing and NASA officials said yesterday that the Starliner capsule will be removed from the top of its rocket and returned to its Kennedy Space Center hangar for more extensive repairs. Starliner was poised to blast off on a repeat test flight to the International Space Station last week, carrying a mannequin but no astronaut.
Yeah,
when the trouble arose.
Yeah, and here's the funny part. Boeing CEO goes, "We're ready for manned flight, and we could have carried astronauts on this flight." Yeah, BS.
A similar capsule was plagued by software issues in 2019 that prevented it from reaching the space station.
It almost didn't reach Earth again either.
Yeah, and last week, Bezos is like, well, why is SpaceX the only company that the government is signing contracts with? Because of this.
They're the only ones that can get it up. I'll leave that one sit right where it is.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Okay.
Boy, does that really throw a train of thought off. Now I know what happens when I do it to you folks.
Yep.
Yeah. So SLS, where are we with SLS?
Oh, that's another delay.
Yep.
Because it's not even the capsule for SLS, but they're delayed on that one because there's two things. The rocket ain't ready yet. I think it's stacked, but it's not ready yet. And then now there's a delay on the space suits that they're going to use for the moon, and it might be 2025. The launch, the mission to the moon is slipped to 2025 because the space suits won't be ready.
But Elon is saying 2024.
For his part of it, yeah.
Yep.
But the space suits won't even be ready.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem with government contractors and what they call it zero cost basis or something like that, where overruns are built into it.
Yep.
And you don't have to perform. The only one that's been performing, is SpaceX. They're the only ones that are actually performing and getting things done.
Yeah, and these spacesuits, they can't be like the 2001 Space Odyssey that we saw on the DM2 because there's different atmospheric conditions that you're going to be dealing with.
Well, so the spacesuits designed for SpaceX are designed that if there's a loss of cabin pressure in the capsule, they will protect them until they get to the International Space Station. That's what they're designed for.
Right.
They're not designed for extravehicular activity
Right.
because they don't have enough shielding for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're designed to keep an astronaut alive to get him either back on Earth or to the space station.
Gotcha.
And with the new vehicles that we have, it's just not practical to try to use the typical space or the typical outfit that we've used in the past for that. They're cumbersome and they're big and they're heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Still have cats available?
I do. Darn it all, Ken. We have not, I've been telling my vet and people that I know that we haven't had kittens in 10 years. And all of a sudden there were 2 litters, and they're not one. I think they're about a week apart. There's no mother to be seen anywhere. So I was able to trap them. I have a vet appointment on Thursday with Westfield Animal Clinic, and they'll check them over and they'll test them for rabies and feline leukemia to make sure, and they'll have their rabies shot, and then they're good to go. And I will give them away to good homes. There are 3 available. 1 is taken. There are 2 tuxedos, and the tuxedo is the all black with a little white underneath, and then there's one that's a fluffier dark tiger. I don't know their sex.
You lift their tail up, don't you?
No, it's I have no. You can't really see anything.
Boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
But I don't think you can tell yet because they're too little and furry and fluffy. So
all right. You know, you're talking about you can't find the mother. Are they actually even called mothers anymore? Aren't they called birth people?
Birth cat.
Birth cat.
The birth cat.
The birth cat.
I couldn't find a birth cat.
All right. But in this case, there would be 2 birth cats.
There would be 2.
And they're both gone.
Separate. They're both gone, and I'm not seeing any cat around at all. I don't know what happened. I don't know where they went. These guys just suddenly appeared. And they did. They just suddenly were there. So
and you don't smell anything from the kitten making cat. Is that what you call the father now? You're a birth cat. The maker cat.
I don't know, but no, you do. I know what you're talking about.
There's no sign of marking or anything, huh?
No, nothing. And it might have been a coyote that got them. I mean, we have tons of coyotes. Did you hear about those coyotes in the Cape? 2 kids have been bitten now. One in is it Attleboro maybe? No. Wasn't Attleboro.
Attleboro is not on the Cape.
There was one on the Cape, but there's another one that was not on the Cape. It was a 5-year-old in a neighborhood, but I don't remember where it was.
You hear or see anything about that bobcat ripping a shark out of the ocean in Florida?
I saw that.
That right there is why I don't go to beaches. I mean.
I did.
You know, you're sitting there with your Panama Jack lotion on or whatever, banana boat, and all of a sudden this bobcat comes out and rips a damn fish out of the ocean.
I know.
I mean, no. No. I just want to sit on my big deck next to my pool.
And you're pretty safe. You're pretty safe. There's not a lot of.
A falcon might come down and buzz my head or something. That's about it.
Well, you never know. You never know what you find in a pool. A lot of bears are climbing into the pools. You might have a bear in your neighborhood. Not a bear person.
Yeah, I actually know of a. No, I'm not going to go.
Well, that's unusual. You're not going to go there? Oh, well, that's a first.
Well, there's a bear that lives down the street, but I'm talking about the lifestyle.
Okay.
I think it's a good time to say, hey, Kenny, stop.
Kenny, stop.
Okay.
Should I give you the finger? Kenny, stop. Stop.
Hold it.
Wait. Oh, dear God.
Wait a minute. Now, whack me with the newspaper right over my snout. Stop it, Kenny.
Stop it. Newspaper. Stop it, Kenny.
All right. We're a little bit past the top of the hour on the other side of fabulous Chef John Slattery.
You want and more. Shop until you drop. Voodoo consumer never stop. Load up on supplies. No sale, no compromise. Gun crazy down the mall. Voodoo consumer take it all. Think this. right up and take it. It's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously cool. Let's make it fabulous. 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 Drive me to the bank. Kneel down and give me thanks. Grab your credit card, voodoo consumer, kiss me hard. Eat this, drink this, drive this, charge it, it's fabulous. Step right up and take it, it's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously cool. Let's make it fabulous. Take it all too far. Sell the company car. A bargain come too late. Voodoo consumer terminus. Eat this, drink this, drive this, buy this, wear this, fly this, play this, charge it. It's fabulous. Step right up and take it. It's fabulous. If you can't afford it, fake it. Be deviously dangerous, ridiculously marvelous, meticulously treacherous, disarduously cruel. Just make it fabulous. 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 Fabulous.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Don't miss the next episode of Serious Cougar. Eunice goes on a bender with a pool boy and breaks her hip. If women in their 20s don't know their ass from their elbow, and women in their 50s know what they like, imagine being with an experienced, pleasure-loving octogenarian wrestling with dementia and horniness. The show that hits below the belt, just like her breasts. Serious Cougar, Wednesday nights at 9 on Weasel.
WCPC 15 brought to you by Serious Cougar on the Weasel TV network.
I have no comeback for that whatsoever.
Peter.
Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Joining us in his
You're
house.
here by choice.
Apparently.
Remember that.
Yeah, Chef John Slattery.
Tried to escape. The exit door would not. After our last bit, I tried to go out the door and it wouldn't open. It was stuck. I think they had the lock on it.
Oh, this. Yes, yes.
Chef John Slattery, how you doing?
Here I am. I'm fantastic. A little better than that now.
You know, I noticed on Mass Appeal a few weeks ago, you're back in the studios there now.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah. And, you know, I watched it, and I don't remember the dish. You remember what you did the other week?
The most recent time, I think, was I made Caesar salad with Farmer Fran's lettuce.
Yes, yes.
And then I made wild mushroom toast or bruschetta with the chanterelles that I foraged. It's been a wild mushroom year.
That's right. You've been going nuts finding mushrooms.
And then the whole play on words was there's something called an American Caesar mushroom that's the same color as the emergency button over there.
The emergency button?
Yeah. So it looks like...
You know, it lights up too, Chef.
Oh, is that from it's from that TV show or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's that color. It looks just kind of like that, right? But it's orange too.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's the most deadly mushroom on the planet. And you shouldn't eat it. And it's the one wild mushroom that, in fact, don't nobody go eat it because it looks like that button. Just saying. Make sure you know what you're talking about. And anyway, it's called...
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, don't go out foraging for mushrooms.
It's so cool because it's the one wild mushroom that even experts say you can eat raw. And it tastes like white mushrooms.
Are you saying wild mushrooms you need to cook?
All wild mushrooms should be cooked.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
This is an exception to that rule as far as the experts that I've consulted and have not died now of such consuming and shared.
Now, what's the reasoning behind cooking every wild mushroom?
Imagine all the weird things in the woods that could get into them as part of that. And
okay, environmental, obvious.
And then also cooking heat may kill certain toxins. So there's a whole, I don't mess with mushrooms a lot. There's maybe 4 and now 5, maybe 6 mushrooms that I can 100% identify and that I feel safe eating. The rest I take lots of pictures of and talk about with other people, but it's amazing though. And I learned more about mushrooms because this year's been such a crazy year for wild mushrooms all across the Northeast, and the mycelial network is becoming more and more prevalent. Netflix made a movie about it in 2000, or somebody made a movie about it in 2019. It's on Netflix now. People are watching that, and it's the whole universe is connected by mushrooms and funguses and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
And with all the rain we had last month, that's helping with the mushrooms, isn't it?
Terrible for farming. Terrible.
I was going to say not good for anything else.
Yeah.
You know, even the raspberries across the parking lot here.
Oh, the crop production is terrible.
Yeah.
The plants, a lot of plants didn't have a chance to grow. My pepper farming experiment with that rain was just.
So we're not going to get a Chef John hot sauce this year?
We'll get some. I'm sure there'll be, but it's not the prolific amount from the hundreds of plants that I planted in the field. Field plants didn't do as well. The pepper guy and his secrets and his little potted plants and keeping his plants, he's going to have plenty of peppers. So if I need more peppers, there's going to be plenty of hot sauce here in West.
How do you go about dealing with it mentally, where you go through and you take all that labor and time to plant this stuff, and then you just let down?
Well, I'm optimistic and I don't give up. So we're not done with the season yet. Like I said, there'll be some late yield. Maybe we'll have a warm September and those plants are flowering again right now. We can get another crop of peppers plus the ones that are ripening alongside them at this time. So, optimism. Yep.
You getting hungry yet, Kathy?
No, but I'm thinking on a larger scale when you're thinking about the feed crops, because it affects the feed crops and the corn and the hay. It's been a tough year for the hay because you can't get it cut.
We had at the small farm that I'm at, he had a patch of that he maybe got when he harvested. He gets maybe 75 to 100 pounds of flour when he processes whatever grain he's grinding, and he lost the whole thing. The winter wheat sprouted while it was growing during that rain season because they couldn't harvest it. It was literally growing roots on the stalks, and then so they mowed it and they'll grow another crop of winter wheat out of those hopefully. But that's delayed a whole season on a flour production that won't be.
So they process their own flour too. They
just little
stone grind
on a small scale. They probably use a mill or something like that, a mill or whatnot. But.
I didn't know that we did that in this area.
So there is a couple of places where you can get at farmers markets. There are some flours that are made in Massachusetts that you can get as part of my local sourcing of ingredients for some of the projects that I'm working on and the clients that I work with. I've been able to source flours that are grown regionally. So there are people putting the time and energy into these practices, which is all just the rebirth of farming and sustainability and shortening the food chain and really trying to keep what we eat as local as possible to reduce its carbon footprint is an up-and-coming important thing to a lot of people.
For a second, I was thinking about maybe our climate in our region just can't support that. But then you think back to back with Indians and the settlers where they dealt with grain and they made flour in this area, this region as well.
Right, and one of the events that I worked at this weekend was a complete vegetarian, or this past couple weeks was a vegetarian camp. And some of the cultures eat a lot of different grains, like a legume and a grain, just sprouted and fermented a little bit, and then they grind it up and make pancakes out of them, and different kinds of or a bread or it's like it becomes a batter. It's called gyoza in some cultures, but what a neat so something we think of where we eat such flour-based things because that's what America has, that whole middle section is all that grain processing for, I imagine, is what drove the flour prevalence for us.
We
I don't know if you heard that.
We had
that was
everywhere.
that was the stomach going on because now I'm thinking
Right.
flour,
Right.
and I think I'm going to make a Belgian waffle when I get home now. That's what's on my mind.
Okay, we can be there.
Okay.
That would be good. But we had mills all over the place. It was very common to have There was a mill right on Union Street. I believe there was a grist mill back there.
Right. Grist Mill Plaza. I imagine somewhere in that area in Southwick there was probably historically a grist.
Somebody had to say grist mill, yeah.
There was another one. Well, there was one up on Moose Meadow Brook that they had to take out because of the reservoir. When they put the reservoir in, it replaced it. There was another one up on the Great Brook, what was called the Great Brook up off Shaker Road. And actually, Springfield, it was the only mill within the area, and they had to come from Springfield to that mill. I believe it was owned by the Deweys, either the Deweys or the Nobles. So, yeah, you're right. We did sustain it quite easily. There was a very large one just below the bridge going north on the right side. I think that whole area was a big mill there. I'm not sure.
See, John, this is why I have Kathy.
Yeah, it's good stuff. In the indigenous people.
I have forgotten. I've forgotten, but when I was a kid.
Right, yeah.
When I was a kid. There's a very bad joke about flour. Can I tell this very bad joke? Well, no, I don't mean.
You just brought it up.
I don't. It's not. No.
Is this going to be Pandora's box if we do this?
The husband and wife were in for counseling, and the counselor said, you really don't know enough about each other. And he turns to the husband and he said, I'll bet you don't even know your wife's favorite flour. And he thought for a minute and he looked at her and he said, sure I do. It's the self-rising kind, right? I told you it was. I warned you.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
So I've been seeing some posts on social media. Hey,
not as many.
Come on out, and who wants to go for a hike? Who wants to go for a walk? And these are early morning posts. I mean,
right. Well, that's when you got to do things like that because you want to be the first person to get the mushroom.
Okay, so the whole thing with the hike and the walking isn't just the out and about and exercising in nature. You're going out looking for stuff.
No, it's both. I mean, I just assume would get some exercise and all that, but it just happens to be there's things to look for right now, but there aren't always, and the conditions aren't always right for the things to.
So what else do you forage for besides the mushrooms?
Well, I mean, maybe some berries or nothing. I'm not like a crazy forager out there, but I did find some beaked hazelnuts that I've been watching grow for like 2 months now, and they're finally ready to be. They're starting to fall off the tree, so I harvested some of those. I'm gonna make maybe my own Nutella with local hazelnuts, or maybe those like Ferrero Rocher chocolate candy type things with the chocolate in the on the inside.
Okay,
but I see those have to be.
You had Kathy at chocolate,
so I'm gonna sell those though, so that people can donate to my fund for this free meal program that we've been doing. Did you see any of my posts about that?
Right. I've seen mentioning of it.
Speaking of candy.
Oh,
candy.
Okay.
This is,
all right, that was a good segue. Go ahead, Kathy.
This is Ken. This is from Ken. Not from me.
Oh, right. It looks like it's from you. You're handing it.
No.
You're handing it.
No.
Ooh.
Smell it.
It's another.
Take a whiff, chef.
It's another one of those terrible lollipops. Just cut into almost manageable size pieces.
You know, if those pieces were half the size, I mean, yeah.
Yep.
I
Right.
mean, the size that they are now, that's a commitment.
So it's like the gross jelly beans that you're kind of like love to hate some of them.
Uh-huh. Have you seen the barf flavored jelly bean?
No, that's
Yeah.
the hate part, not the love to hate those. That's
Yeah. I'm serious.
No, but these
Kathy, jelly.
Kathy, they do smell like what they say they are.
Yeah, it
I
smells
smell-
like fried chicken.
I smell chicken fat. Like
Yeah.
I totally smell chicken fat.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine there's none in it, but it does smell like it.
Yeah, Jelly Belly. I'm not making this up, Kathy. They make a barf flavored jelly bean, as well as a snot flavored jelly bean.
Stop.
Now, now what I think about is how did their tasters, their scent masters, sample and figure out what a snot tastes like when they went out to make this jelly bean?
Please. Oh, please. This cancels out the Belgian waffles.
We lost the Zoom cam, I noticed, huh?
It needed to be used at a place for a meeting. Yeah, it's coming back. So
I was trying to point out the label to people. It's funny though. It says fried chicken candy, and then it's the world's finest fowl confection.
It's disgusting.
Right. Oh, you tried one, Peter.
Finest fowl. Is that like jumbo shrimp?
I don't need to try it to know it's disgusting.
Right. It does smell like fried chicken though.
Oh, you know, Pete, I remember, but before you walked out to go to a meeting earlier, you mentioned a candle or something.
Yeah.
I actually have these things at home, man candles. And now one of them is a fart-scented candle.
Really?
Yep, but I got it free.
Why would you want to?
I got it free.
Thank you, Peter.
I got it free so I could open it up and share it to people and go, hey, take a whiff of this. Because the canister just has like a question mark on it. But I got it free with... I got it free for ordering several other man candles. One being a pizza man candle. And another one being a roast beef man candle. And you burn these things and you actually smell these foods as if they're being cooked in your kitchen.
Go for it, John. Go.
Well, oh man, Kenny, would you want to smell those smells? Are those the foods you want to smell?
Roast beef? Yeah, sure.
I like the backyard barbecue one that smells like beer and like grilling and barbecue and
Yeah, that's interesting.
that might be interesting.
Well, I suppose if they have candles that are apples and cinnamon, I guess it's pretty much the same vein, isn't it? I mean, there's apple pie candles, there's cherry pie candles, there's blueberries, so I guess...
I mean, a fart is just like blueberry pie later.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking of farts,
Chef, how could
remember Mad TV with the scented farts? I think Michael McDonald was the comedian.
No, I don't.
Who could flatulate whatever smell that you wanted, and he walks up to Grandma. He goes, "What would you like your fart to smell like?" And she's like, "Rocky Road." He contorts himself, and you gotta find the clip online.
No, I'm
you know what?
okay.
Matter of fact, when I get home, I'm gonna post it, and I'm gonna
goody.
tag you to it.
You want to make sure you catch that,
Yeah.
Chef.
I
We'll make sure you're tagged. We're tagged. What?
Oh no! This clip was definitely 2 snaps in a circle.
Speaking of smells,
Where are we going with this show? And I've been talking to Steve out here, and I just
we're gonna bring it back. Peter.
tune back
We're
in.
good.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't want to bother you and go into a break.
What is your favorite? Because you're a chef. What is your favorite cooking smell? Stop it.
Garlic.
Cooking
garlic.
smell.
I love the smell of garlic.
Not
Oh,
garlic
yeah,
for
garlic
me, no.
is good.
But onions are probably shallots, or like if we're getting fancy and what it could be ramps, I guess. But it is in the onion family. But garlic's too strong; it takes over everything. But the sautéed onions is probably one of the nicest.
He seems to be hanging around the alliums.
What about you? Your favorite cooking smell?
Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even have to think about
All
that.
right, yeah. Okay, I got you.
And there are actually, I couldn't believe it because there was a question on social media about who doesn't like it. And there were actually people who said they don't.
Well-
How can you not like bacon?
It does linger.
I love bacon.
Me too.
So, Kathy, you brought this up.
Okay. Mine? Oh, golly. Bacon is a good one. Tomatoes.
Like the fresh tomato or the sauce?
Tomato sauce.
Sauce.
Cooking.
I was expecting McDonald's to come out of her mouth.
I do like McDonald's. Although I never eat it anymore, but I do like McDonald's. It's gotten expensive.
Well, the cost of beef has gone up.
Has it? I don't know because
Foods are so sensual, you know, with all the different senses that we use to experience them and different things too. I had some raspberries, although it's not been a good year, but there's a stand of raspberries in Huntington where the little girl sits out in front and sells baskets that she picks in the morning from the little patch that they grew. And those, I stopped and picked one up, and every single one was a perfect raspberry experience.
Really?
Oh, they were all so good and like the right texture and squishiness that I had to like.
When you
really
leave
eating
here,
berries.
check ours out. I think I was talking with one of the custodians just yesterday, and they seem to be a disappointment this year.
Oh, for sure. My friends, the berry farmers with the thousands and thousands of berries.
Yeah, they
plants,
taste different.
lost.
Why?
They're lacking flavor and sweetness.
I think it's because of
rain?
the heat.
You think so?
Well, the heat brings it. It was all the waterlogged them and washed a lot of flavor out. It depends on the picking. So some farms that only pick dry because they're only harvesting flavor just lost their crops this year because they couldn't pick. Farms that picked wet, it changes the berry and you get different flavor and they get waterlogged or mushy and they don't have a chance to get the sun. They need a true harvester that's trying to harvest the flavor in the berry has to have no rain for 24 hours and 3 to 4 hours of sunlight in the morning before they'll pick the berries. And that's the optimal time to have your full harvest of a patch or of the sweetness of the berry. So
Now, is that for any berry at all?
pretty much any of the berries it's going to be because you got to get the water washes the flavor out. So it depends. If you're trying to make money, then you want wet berries because you're selling them by weight. But if you want flavor and you want to have the best berry, then that's the process you need to do to let that berry dry out a little bit, and then that sunshine to warm it up because it's chilled from the night before, and it's kind of like cures it a little bit because the sunshine, the vitamin D, gives it antibacterial properties, kills everything that was on it from overnight and the mold and the coldness. So you have a stronger, healthier berry that's going to last longer, picked later in the day too.
I still have strawberries grown in my backyard.
Yeah, if you had the ever-bearing kind, mine are doing that. I bought 2 at the farm stand in Southwick, and they split themselves, and they could be like 12 plants right now, but they just all have little babies. But I've had berries, 6 or 7 berries off of these 3 plants like every couple of weeks.
Yeah. This is a couple of small plants in a barrel, a whiskey barrel, like half a whiskey barrel down on the ground.
But that's a special variety.
Yeah.
It is meant to be ever-bearing.
And they're small. But to quote you from a few weeks ago, you pick it, and that's the sweetest, tastiest strawberry you're ever going to have, as if you're taking a bite out of the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of berries, have you seen these designer berries? This guy in New York City, the sweetest, tastiest, bestest strawberry ever. Yeah, $5 a piece.
Sounds like a BS to me.
No, it's not a BS. This is a real thing.
You remember those different magazines in the back? There'd be like ads for stuff you buy through the mail and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's always this ad for these strawberries that were the size of peaches that were like ever
I remember
that you
those.
could grow in your, and I've never bought them, and I would wonder if anybody ever did actually grow those and did that. Did you actually get these?
Yeah.
And that's what now people are maybe talking about was those ones from then, like they're rebirthing that idea. And
Yeah, here's a plant. You can put it in your backyard. It'll only grow 4 feet tall, and you'll get 4,000 apples out of it in 1 year. I mean, I remember all those ads.
They were kind of odd. I would wonder though if the bigger it gets, does it get tough? Does it get fibery, I would think.
It depends on if it's designed to be that way or if it was, there are species of plants that are so amazing. Maybe it's a cross with passion fruit, so maybe it's more juicy and stays more to keep its size. Who knows,
Well, I guess. I mean,
mutating
they grow those
plants.
giant pumpkins, those pumpkins that are huge.
Yeah, I have a friend that does that. It's
They're huge.
amazing.
Yeah, we had friends.
Well, just a few weeks ago at one of the local supermarkets, I grabbed a container of limited edition strawberries. They were called blush strawberries, and they were whitish to pinkish, but you had the strawberry taste, but you also had peach in there as well, which was really strange. Huh. I only saw them in there for 1 week.
Interesting. I wonder how they did that.
Crossbreeding, right? Playing around with genes.
Maybe genes, maybe actual natural crossbreeding. Crossbreeding's been around way longer than technology, gene splicing. Just that whole Mendel and the peas experiment that we learned about in Mendeleev or Mendel, one of them guys.
It was Mendel.
Yeah.
Gregor.
Thank you.
Gregor, you know Gregor.
Yeah, right.
You remember Greg?
Yeah.
I was good friends with him.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, we were best friends. He taught me all about the peas. Go for it, Ken. I know. Oh, he's looking at me.
I'm putting us. We need a timeout, even though we have been talking about food. We've been going for about half an hour now. Half past the monkeys. You know what? Let's take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Well, I think
and products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Mr. Rama Lama Lama Kadinga Da Dinga Dong, do you take Miss Shubop Shawada Wada Yippity Boom De Boom to be your wife? I do. And Miss Shubop Shawada Wada Yippity Boom De Boom, do you take Mr. Rama Lama Lama Kadinga Da Dinga Dong to be your husband?
I do.
If anyone objects to this union, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Mr. Chang Chang Changity Chang Shabab.
Get the reference? Ah, no!
You are muted.
Kathy's speechless right now. She doesn't believe what she just heard.
Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Hey, before we go on, I meant to ask at the previous hour.
That's why I'm here for moments like that.
I got the episode number 2 on my DVR. I need to watch when I get home.
Of what?
Fantasy Island.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
Can they find something new?
Did anyone watch the first episode last week?
No.
It's pretty cool.
Are you talking about New Fantasy Island?
New Fantasy
Oh, I was
Island.
thinking like Boss, they play.
Yeah, there's a woman Rourke running it now. She's a great niece.
This is a
or
third reboot,
whatever.
I think then, because there was a second reboot somewhere in the late
Yeah.
90s.
Yes, there
that
was.
failed quickly.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
When is it on?
Sunday nights.
Man, with today's technology, these things could be
It
pretty
doesn't
good.
really. Oh yeah, you don't have a DVR.
No.
But a week later, you can go onto the website to stream it anyway.
Okay.
But it's not all sappy and it's not. We're always seeing that they were trying to help couples out, and it was always a romance thing.
It was very.
It's not like that at all. It's like
it was very Hallmark cardy.
Oh yeah, it's not that
Now
way.
there's a whole channel for that.
Yeah.
I know.
My girlfriend loves it. Ding, ding, ding! Got my reference in.
The first episode, a woman, she was a news reporter, and people were always hassling her about getting old and starting to put on pounds, and she goes to the island just so she can eat and eat and eat and not gain weight. I mean, there was nothing about real romance on this first episode at all. I mean, it was enough to pull me in.
It's
Well,
it's more fantasies, period, not necessarily love.
Exactly.
Well, exactly. That's what the whole life is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a magical, mysterious island. It's not a companion to the Love Boat like Fantasy Island was in the late 70s and early 80s.
And it was. You're right.
I guess but there was elements of that mysticism involved in that
There
show.
was
but
a little.
That was what sold on TV then.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
And now
but
the
it was
world's
all
in a different
because-
place now,
Yeah,
and they're
it's sci-fi-ish almost. The way the show plays out, and they jump.
Check it out.
They jump from one life experience to another, and you walk through a door, and you're in a completely different place. They did a good job at it, really.
Hollywood.
You haven't seen it then either.
No.
Are you going to try it?
I mean, when it comes on to whatever streaming service, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Try and talk my.
I recommend
wife
it.
into watching something.
All
different.
right.
I recommend it.
Try it.
Just like I was one of the first people ever to jump on The Walking Dead. I was one of the first people ever to jump on Schitt's Creek. All right.
I mean, I saw that way back in the beginning. I saw CSI when it first started, and I loved it.
Oh, NCIS Hawaii starts.
Does it?
Yeah, starts at the end of the month.
I didn't know they were starting a new franchise.
Yeah, I think. New Orleans ran its thing.
That one's done.
And that was my favorite. I can't get into the other two. I liked New Orleans, though, probably because of Scott Bakula.
Yeah, he did a good job with that.
Yeah, he's
role.
good. I like it.
Yeah, that.
I'll catch that like on a repeat on a Sunday morning, and
Yeah.
I'll watch like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are watching TV. I'm running around doing all kinds of crazy things.
Listen,
it's very rare
John-
that Pete would actually sit down and watch something.
John,
now.
I don't have time to watch like the,
I know
the
you
entire
don't.
month.
You even say that. It's kind of funny.
The entire month that I was in Florida, I think I watched TV 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour of TV.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like I was going from sun up till sundown, and then I'd either come home and go right to bed, or you'd be out somewhere and the TV would be on, but you'd be talking to friends, and then you'd go home and go to bed.
Do you watch it, Chef?
TV?
Yeah.
So we have a bedtime ritual of a program a night or so.
Oh, we're talking about the TV.
What's that?
I've been with Ken too long.
Let's look at the back of his vehicle when he drives out of here to see if he has one of those bumper stickers that say "Kill your television."
Oh no, no. But we watch one episode of some programming of her choice, and then and she may watch 2, but I go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch a lot of it?
Dial it in.
No.
No.
You don't watch Jeopardy?
No, that was and I have it here somewhere too. That's when they supposedly scatter the categories on Jeopardy.
Oh, I vaguely remember that happening.
And then whilst you think of your answer,
Whilst. There you go.
That's
yeah.
Final Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Right. Are we in Final Jeopardy? Welcome to the other side.
And because this is a new computer and I had to completely redo my soundboard here, I now have all of these on this computer now too. You recognize what that's from?
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Sweet.
I think Kathy should have the red button now.
No. I know.
You don't recognize that?
No.
Just as a
No, you don't?
No, if it's a quiz show, I wouldn't know.
There you go. I was just about to click it over here. This is the theme to that show.
Match game?
Match game, yes.
Why would I know that? I have no idea why.
So, they always play this weird music while they start writing up their answers. So I have all the music now on this
Oh,
thing.
good.
Good job, Ken.
Yeah.
Great job.
And Alec Baldwin has been doing a great job with the match game.
I've seen a few of those over the past 2-3 years.
Yeah, and they've kept up the double entendreism and the skirting skirting around with the wording with the jokes like they did in the 70s. You watch the reruns of Gene Rayburn on the Game Show Network, and you don't believe some of the stuff that's coming out of their mouth. It's the same way
in the
now.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even before that, and you guys won't remember, but there was Groucho Marx, and he was the same.
To tell the truth.
He was the same. He could say things that were totally outrageous that nowadays you'd probably get thrown off the airways. And he would just come out with it, and then he'd look like he didn't know what he was saying. But he did. And that was what, back in the 50s?
Mm-hmm.
That was, I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm. You had electricity at the house in order to watch that, right?
Wow.
We had black and white TV and only one station, and I had to walk to school uphill in 3 feet of snow, barefoot both ways.
Hey, when I was a kid, I had a black and white TV with only 3 stations, so I get it, sister. Getting back to the guy who only watches one TV show a day. You mentioned earlier,
Proud of it.
and I wanted to get into it. You're working with some type of food program, or you're what is it that you're doing?
I'm not. Well, it hasn't informed.
What are you doing, John?
So many things. Helping people. I help people. That is what Chef John does. He goes around and he helps people where he can. But it seems that people are helping me with things too. So we've been a recipient. I have been a recipient of. So there's an organization that's forming that hasn't really formed yet. That of fresh produce from farms and markets in the hills. And also we've been receiving donations of frozen products. And we have some storage for some of that stuff. That we've been doing a community supper program.
It's almost sounding like a co-op.
Kinda. There might be. That's kind of the direction that it might be involving, and if other people come up and a board comes together in the Chester Huntington area, of the hill towns, Middlefield and Blandford, it's out kind of that way. It's people accessible that way. There's a lot of small farms and people out there, and produce, and helping people has been a great way. I've been doing this kind of throughout the pandemic. I did a soup program where I did some free soup, and I brought it down here to Westfield because I travel this way a lot, and I got donations for different things, and I passed those through the Samaritan Inn and other places. So I'm just trying to find different networks to help people with these things and connect people that don't necessarily have access to farm fresh vegetables and produce with it, and farmers that have excess of it to use it well and maybe get them some money back for it. So it may be like a CSA type thing around a meal plan with a scheduled delivery service and pickup. There's a commercial kitchen, Drowsy Dragon Farms in Chester, that's letting us use their space at a very discounted rate, and we've been producing meals, and we've been using the town ball field, say in Chester, or some different church locations and kitchens that have allow us to distribute meals out that way. So we're looking for that to continue to grow.
Now, how do you distribute, and who gets these distributed meals? I mean, you have the meals. How are they dealt with?
So we're working with the Hilltown Community Development Corporation and the Southern Adult Education. There's one more letter to that name, but I can't remember it out there. And they have connected us with like some of the Council on Aging people and some of the so different things there. So there's already a network of Meals on Wheels for seniors out there. Anyway,
don't you have the Highland Elders?
So I don't know where that food comes from either, but I know that this is local food, and so this is kind of like a grassroots, more local movement of that to just kind of help as many people as it can locally, I guess. So there's more information about that on my website, and Michelle Kenny has been heading up the logistics behind a lot of that, and her phone number's on my website too.
So now you're involved with all that, and kudos to you for getting something like that up and going and started. But I've also seen you on social media, although I haven't seen it this past week or so, where you actually offering prepared meals for sale to go.
Right. So that'll be September and October. That I'll look for. August was kind of my play month. I've had these events in the woods and try to spend time with my family and my kids.
That explains why I haven't really seen much.
Yes, I actually was off screens for like 5 days straight.
Yeah,
no phones or anything like that. It was an amazing experience. So September and October, I'll probably be back onto the plan of doing Friday night meals out of the Chester kitchen, but with a very likely delivery route to Westfield. So look for that on my website coming up. And using a lot of local fresh produce. The funds generated from that program, as well as covering for some of my time, will also then generate, keeps the kitchens being, I have people prepping volunteer work for that kitchen, so it's a cross-utilization of the space. So any of the purchase of meal people buy, that helps keep that program going too, so we appreciate that.
Kathy, I'd say he seems a lot busier now than he was, a year or so ago.
And that's good news. That's excellent news that you have all of these projects going. And people can find that on your website?
On my website has, connect with me there and more information, and then there's connection with Michelle's information there too.
What is the address for the website?
ChefJohnSlattery.com.
And you are also available on social media?
At Chef John Slattery on Facebook. And
so we can find you both places?
Instagram, all those things. I kind of kept the branding simple. So if you can remember my name, you can find me.
So Chef John's Kitchen is in the past?
Well, Chef John's Kitchen is a Facebook page, and Chef John's Kitchen, we got time? Oh, we do have time. Okay, you want to hear it. So did we talk we did this before? Chef John's Kitchen is the working idea. It's not,
and that's with a Z.
With a Z, because did we talk about the theater of the absurd and Sister Marlene when I was at Hoyle Catholic? So Sister Marlene was a grammar teacher, and she assigned me my big senior thesis paper to define the theater of the absurd. And I think it's because I'm kind of absurd, maybe. But and so Waiting for Godot is like this play where these two vagabonds wait for Godot the whole time, and Godot is maybe God or whatever. And then there's another one called The Rhinoceros, where it's like in Paris, this rhinoceros runs through town, and it's everybody's reaction to a rhinoceros running down the street of Paris. And so I wrote this paper. But anyway, fast forward.
I know what he's talking about.
He and I are both quirky. That's why we've got it. We've hit it off.
I know exactly what he's talking
The
about.
theater of the absurd is a literary term, and it's in any work of the theater of the absurd, there's usually like an indicator that says that you've entered the theater of the absurd. Something's not right here. I think maybe we've had this discussion before, but if not, here we go. So in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, the people keep flipping a coin over and over and over again. It just keeps coming up heads, 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 heads. The whole, and so something's weird in the beginning. So by using the Z in Chef John's kitchen, it's not the proper grammar. So it's like a little bit absurd because it's not a real place. It doesn't exist. It's the idea that anywhere that I'm cooking, I bring my ideas, my spirit, and my energy to the table, and it's where we go.
Mhm.
That's the Chef John's kitchen part of it all. But all the information just points to my name for.
So no matter what URL they happen to put in it just gets traffic.
If
to
you
the
search
same
Chef
thing.
John Slattery, if you can spell my name, you can find me. And I have to differentiate because there's John Slattery, the herbalist, who lives in southern Sedona, who does a lot of work. He does some chefing too, but in the mountains and woods of the southwestern region of the United States. And then there's that famous actor guy.
Who just had a birthday the other day, actually.
Yeah, and he was in that show Mad Men or something like that. He's John Slattery. So Chef John Slattery is the third John Slattery that you might find somewhere.
And just as famous.
I don't know about that, but here we are on TV, on radio and TV in Ken's Den, no less, with Kathy Palmer.
And my 24 now listeners.
24.
Kathy informed me that we went from 23 to 24.
You know what else I do during the week?
What else?
On Mondays when I have time, I'm here in Westfield, I juice lemons and limes, like cases of them, with the help of one or two people, and I'm not in charge of anything, but I help at Skyline Beer Company, and we make fantastic margaritas. So yesterday, this team of us, we squeezed all these cases of lemons and limes, and then we made guava passion fruit margaritas for today.
Do you drink margarita?
How is it that a brewery that they specialize in brew and they have good food too, but how do you end up going over to margaritas and making that a thing too?
Because it's Tuesday, man. It's Tequila Taco Tuesday, and you have to have margaritas no matter what else you sell, and that's why they're blessed.
But they have them all the time, don't they?
Well, not really.
No?
So we make them on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
And it lasts maybe we try and make enough for Tuesday, and sometimes we make enough so it might get some on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Try and get a margarita, like a flavored margarita on Thursday, you might be out of luck.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And but we do now make in pouches, already with the
To
booze in
go.
it, ready to go, like a 16-ounce, basically 2 or 3 margaritas worth of.
Kenny,
already
you could put that
on
right
ice.
into your slushy machine.
You actually put them in the freezer, and it's perfect.
And to answer your question, I typically don't do a margarita because if I get into that level of drink, I'm into the slushy daiquiris.
Oh, so you throw these in the freezer and you just roll them a little bit,
Yeah,
and they're good to go.
or a frozen, margarita. Those aren't that bad either. And earlier on Bob's show, he mentioned that he had for the first time a dirty martini. And I have to say, if I'm in Vegas and I'm not doing one of those 60-ounce slushy things that you walk down the sidewalk with, hanging down on a lanyard, then I'm sitting at a bar and it's a dirty martini, and it's a dirty martini, Tito's extra dirty, and that's how I order them.
Fantastic, and gluten-free. But I just had this fantastic idea for your slushy machine. Kind of like the canisters, like a canister vacuum, but like a cement mixer in there, so that it's like a slushy machine that's constantly churning. So you're it's constantly freezing. It's a little, and you could carry it, and it would just come out to the cup. So you constantly, the liquid, you just like take it anywhere you go. Like a Camelback, but with slushy machine.
Oh, boy.
Are you still helping out with the recipes and the cooking over there too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. A couple days a week. We do. So on Thursdays, I kind of help with the farm share stuff that we do, and yeah, it's good times.
Now, usually, whenever you're in here, you kind of you sneak out what the latest greatest flatbread might be. Are you onto anything yet?
I actually I'm coming back from the woods, so margaritas was my first day back this week.
He's more worried about the booze than the food at this point.
Yeah, no, it's always good. Chef Dan comes up with these great creations. I just don't know what he has planned for this week because I was gone for the planning process last week. But I know. You know what? I made a pesto. So there's some kind of flatbread that has this fantastic fresh basil pesto with local basil and other fresh herbs.
Okay, so what would you do if you were doing something and you had pesto for a base instead of a red sauce or a bechamel or a cream or white sauce? What would you end up doing if you were pesto on that?
Well, I mean, it could be
not what we're gonna do, but what
I don't
are
know what
ideas?
he's gonna do, but I like just pesto and slices of tomato and fresh mozzarella, kind of like a reverse version of a margarita, but without the red sauce.
Right.
Is a fun way to do it. Or chicken, obviously, and maybe for those people like the Mediterranean. I'm not an olive guy, but chicken and olives and artichoke hearts and roasted red peppers would be another fantastic pesto.
I agree with that. That seems really
good.
good.
It makes like a focaccia versus a pizza when you do it with the green oily base versus like a red base. I don't know if that changes anything, but in my mind, a little bit. I liked it. Sometimes I go to the place for pie that does tortellinis on their pizza.
I have yet to see that.
Oh, you've never been? Oh my God, it's not far away. You used to work around the corner.
Oh, that place?
Yeah, there's two of them that do the same thing, but the one's been there longer. And,
tortellini.
Yeah.
You
can even get barbecue chicken tortellini pizza.
I've never seen the tortellini. I've seen over down by the train bridge, Toasted Owl, I think, is down there, where they would do a potato pizza, and they'd have sliced like scalloped potatoes on top of it. Yeah. So I've seen that out on the West Coast. I've actually seen tuna pizza.
Pinocchio's, I'll say it. I don't care. They have like the varieties of pizza all out there. You can pick the ones you want, and definitely tortellini. But they do a pesto spinach one and all these.
I've seen a French fry one, and I've seen a macaroni and cheese one, but I haven't seen the tortellini one.
Oh, gotta have it. So good. Then you get a little extra Parmesan cheese on top of it, and then their crust is perfect where you fold it in half and get that bite, that crunch.
You know what?
I'm hungry. We need pizza.
I'm gonna go grab some pizza dough, and I'm gonna take some tortellini, and I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna take. I just came up with this. Listen to this. Check this out.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Alfredo sauce with tortellini, and because I'm too cheap to pay for a prosciutto, I'm gonna put in some bacon bits. Or real fried pieces of bacon, and I'm gonna fold that up into a calzone.
Is it Angie's tortellini?
I was gonna say that, Peter. Thank you very much. Hopefully people took advantage of that.
Get it while it's left.
That sad, unfortunate.
I don't think there's any more left to get.
No, it's sold out.
They shut it down, but that's
apparently they had a line around the block.
I wouldn't doubt it. They deserve that.
They did, and I think there's an auction. I heard.
Yeah, for the equipment.
Recipe. No, for the recipe.
Oh, jeez.
I heard he was keeping them.
I would have to.
Newspapers or newspaper or something on social media said the recipe is going to go to the company that the business ends up buying the company.
That makes sense. I mean,
I heard Ed was keeping the name and the recipes, and that's from an employee.
Well, I know that someone asked for the recipe on social media, and he said. Something along the lines of, it's going to go with the business.
Which he's retaining the rights till he sells those rights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's another frozen tortellini at a certain supermarket in town, which is pretty close.
Is it?
If they're not the same, but they're pretty close.
Nothing like that, but for similar food, have you tried from the Victory Mart? They have many dumplings of all different kinds of meat filled and things. So they're basically like meat filled tortellinis because they're so small that they're hundreds of them in a bag.
I forget the name that they're called.
They have different sizes, but the small ones. So they're fun because then you can toss those in a sauce or a sauté dish, and it's really neat way.
I haven't been to the
those
Victory Market. Is it nice in there?
Oh, fantastic! The produce is out of this world.
You'd be surprised at the selection of stuff they have there.
Right.
And then
you may not be able to read the labels on things, but there are some people that will tell you if you have a real serious question what it is. But the things produce and
recognize.
Yeah, things you recognize are fantastic.
Yeah, a bunch of bread they make their
fresh bread, fresh.
Yeah, you see the big Hobart right out on the floor, and you know they're making it right there. And their bread is incredible. The deli counter there is just nuts. I mean,
Oh, I'll take a walk in there then.
Yeah. Yeah, I still miss.
It's a great asset for the center of town.
I still miss Alex's place over on Meadow Street.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
And they have a very similar selection of charcuterie meat.
Yes.
In the Victory Mart.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Good to know. I've never been in there.
For your high-end
Yeah, me
Lunchables.
neither.
Oh,
Hey, next week on the show, making the list. Hey, are you able to make it for that?
I think Tuesday morning is good.
Okay, good. We don't have Hope anymore. And when I say that, I'm talking about Hope Tremblay.
we lost hope a long time ago. And whatever.
I don't understand why she can't sneak over here for a while. She can work by like Jay does by remote.
I'm not going to push it with her.
I don't know.
But I will reach out, see if she wants to come in. But
how about Basha?
I reached out to Basha for the last one, and she never got back to me. But I'll reach out again. So, we'll have plenty of people. And Bob won last month. So the topic was going to be.
Now I know how to play the game.
The topic is going to be Sappiest
There
song.
is no play involved here. This is business.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not that good at
This
it.
is business.
We're looking for sappy songs.
Yeah. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yep. That'd be
Whiskey,
it.
So-
Tango, Foxtrot.
Maybe I'll pour over all those 45s from the 40s that my mother has. See what we can find in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going on next week. The following week, I know I'm not going to be here. Peter, do you know if you're going to be here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So Kathy, it's up to you if you want to put something together for that week. It's your show, your programming.
Okie dokie.
All right. Are you going to do something?
I will find something.
All right. So
We'll consult.
okay, good.
You and I will consult.
All right. So next week, making a list. The week after that, Kathy's Corner. Is that what we were calling it?
Yeah, Cat's Corner.
Cat's Corner.
You call it.
Kitty's Corner.
Wait a minute. Better yet.
Uh-oh.
The Cat House.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. That's
no.
that. Nope. Where's
It
that
is-
button? Hit that button.
It is the Cat House.
Kathy, go ahead and hit it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing is feeding cats. That's all I do all day long. And believe me, the litter box is not commensurate with their size. It's exponentially greater. Ay. These are 4 kids. They're driving me crazy. And they're in the bathroom downstairs, but I can hear it all night long because it's under my bedroom. And they play in the bathtub, and I hear thump, crash, thump, because they're playing now. Would you like a kitten, John? You really
My
would.
wife really wants a kitten.
All right, I have.
Do they eat voles? Because my garden was destroyed by the voles, and I would love a kitten that eats voles.
Well, they're outdoor kitties, so.
No, I keep my kitties in.
No, but we also would love an indoor. Let's talk.
All right, you may have a customer.
We'll talk.
Guess what? That's all the time I have. John, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All
We'll
right.
talk more next time.
Great. Later.
That's fun.